What is up, Celtics Nation? You are tuned into the Dynasty Proud post-game podcast after the Boston Celtics take care of business at home against the Indiana Pacers today. The final score 119 to 104. The Boston Celtics are now 27-16 on the season, 13-7 at home, while the Indiana Pacers dropped to 10-35 for their season, 2-19 on the road this year. Really good game from the Celtics today. Pretty much had that game firmly within grasp. Early on in the game today. I wouldn't say early on, but coming down to like that end of the second half. End of the first half, you could kind of tell like Celtics were pretty much in a groove in this game, and other than that, really good win for the Celtics. Nice little bounce back after a tight one against the Detroit Pistons. And yeah, we're gonna get into more of it a little bit. I am the Parquet Poppy, here to talk to you a little bit about what we saw this game, along with my boy Adrian here. You can find him at NBA Swing Pass on X. Adrian, what is up, my man? How are you doing?
All right, we're doing well. Good win tonight. We came back. Still waiting for that Derek White comeback game, but it'll come. It'll come.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of when I saw him, be inserted into the starting lineup today. I was kind of surprised. I thought maybe Joe gives him a little bit of a break, but I also think it was a good decision to play him. We were talking about that on the last pod. Get him back at home. Players shoot better at home. Get him a little bit of home cooking, and see where we go from there. Still not the best Derek White game today, but definitely looked like he was a little bit more in his element in the game, a little bit more comfortable playing at home. But yeah, man, it was solid team win. A lot of people contributed, in this game, especially Sam Hauser, who had a really great game today. He set a career high of 4 straight games with 15 points. Shout out to Sam. We've been talking about how we've been needing him, in the starting lineup. If he's inserted into the starting lineup, that he has to score. And right now, 4 games in a row, hitting 15. You can't really ask better from Sam Hauser this last stretch of games that he's been playing. So really good stuff from him. A lot of other guys contributed. Celtics bench points were really good today in this game. I believe they outscored Indiana's bench easily. So just solid overall contributions from everyone today. Really not like the intense kind of game that we saw, from the Celtics against Detroit. So this one just felt like a very, very standard regular season game compared to the Detroit game, where it had that playoff intensity. It felt like a playoff game. So nice little bounce back for the Celtics, playing a lesser opponent compared to what they had to go up against last time, and it showed. It showed that the Celtics, didn't take their opponent lightly. They didn't come into this game saying like, "Oh, it's just Indiana." Indiana's gotten one on them this season, and it was just nice to see that the Celtics took this game seriously after the loss to Detroit. You could probably just attribute the loss as the sparking motivation as to the Celtics playing so well today.
Yeah, pretty much wire to wire. Indiana came, third quarter. They made their run, and Celtics countered and got the lead back up and never looked back. Got some bench minutes for these Harper and Williams and all these guys, which was nice to see. Sam Hauser, some playmaking, some 3-point shooting. Baylor Shireman, good minutes today. He
Mm-hmm.
he was effective. He hit some shots. Good defense. Again, playmaking. Yeah, it was a quality win. A lot of guys stepped up and they played well.
Yeah, Sam Hauser today, not just taking the 3-point shot, right? Like he did against which I forget what that opponent was. Where what do you have? 20-something shots or
Yeah.
against Atlanta, 20-something shots against Atlanta, all 3-pointers. So today he mixed it up a little bit. You saw him getting into the lane, putting up a couple shots. Got a nice little one over Siakam, and yeah, just a nice little wrinkle added to his game in the past couple of weeks that he's been playing. We've been seeing him get some tip backs, some playing some pretty decent defense. So looks like everything that we've been asking or clamoring for Sam to be doing has actually been coming to fruition this last week and a half to 2 weeks, and really good to see from him because he's needed it, right? He's needed
Yep.
the confidence in the shooting, and you can tell now 4 straight games with 15 points, and he's feeling it. He's feeling the stroke. When with that comes the other stuff added to the game now because you have these defenders now who are crashing him, trying to prevent him from taking the shot. But now he's getting getting the pump fake in, getting down, sidestep dribble, getting down into the lane, taking a couple of twos. Now he's also, affecting the game with some putbacks on some offensive tips and stuff. So, Sam Hauser has been playing really well, and it really showed today when you needed another scoring outburst from him to help Jalen Brown defeat these Pacers handily. Which even last game against Detroit, we kind of said like Sam Hauser kind of went ghost in that fourth quarter. Wish we could have seen some flare screens that they had for him today, like in today's game, and get him some open shots. But looks like Joe, really tried to incorporate that into today's game, which is nice to see because um, you know helps Sam get back into a little bit of a rhythm and going into the next game at Brooklyn.
Yeah, yeah. The thing with Sam is once he's on a roll, he can't miss. I mean, once he feels it, his stroke is good. And they were looking for him early in the game, 4 out of 5, I believe, to start the game, and he was just everything he was throwing up was going in, and he was in that rhythm, that shooter's zone, and yeah, just keep feeding the guy. When he starts shooting like that, the basket's probably huge in his mind, and he just can't miss.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, just looking at this box score real quick. I mean, Sam Hauser had a really nice stat line today. A lot of the Celtics players did, to be honest. I mean, everybody here in pretty much in plus figures, and nobody with double digit scoring in the for the bench, but a lot of buckets coming from the bench today. So we'll get into that in a few. Before we get into like the box scores and stuff, I just gotta crack a cold one for this win, man. It's been a while, so I'm going
Nice.
to open up a uh, nice little Bud Light for today's win. Don't judge me, internet. Mm-hmm. Tastes so good after a win. Okay. Yeah. Other than that, my man, let's take a look at this box score here. If anybody else is drinking tonight, especially if you were at the Celtics game, cheers to you guys. Cheers to the win. Let's have a little bit of a talk. Let's talk some basketball. If you're watching the stream right now, hit us up. Post your comments, post any of your thoughts. Let us know how you felt about that game, and how you're feeling about the next game coming up in Brooklyn. Mm. Okay, let's get to business and take a look at this box score right here. um, Really, really great game from everyone tonight. Like I said, total team win today. We're going to start off with Sam. We just finished talking Sam Hauser, but let's look at that stat line. 28 minutes, 17 points, 6 of 8 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, couple turnovers, but overall, just solid game from him. I mean, just look at everybody in this. Nemish Keita, 17 points. Derek White, 13. Jalen Brown, 30. Peyton Pritchard, 10. That is what you need from everyone on the team right there. You know Jalen is your guy. You know he's going to average that about 30 points a game. And you just needed the other guys on the team to contribute. Unfortunately, playing a different beast in Detroit in the last game, Indiana Pacers are nowhere near as talented as that team. So if this can help the team going into Brooklyn with a little bit of a bounce back as far as the shooting goes, this is the game that you needed it to happen. This was the game that you had to come in, and you can't take the Pacers lightly after that tough loss against Detroit. And the Celtics absolutely handled their business and did what they had to do. The third quarter wasn't the best today. I will say that. But they still responded in the fourth quarter, and it still ended up being a 15-point win. Lost one quarter out of the four. It happens, but they were able to still, hold on to the lead. It didn't feel like the Pacers were a threat at all, even when they closed in to within, 10, 11 points in the third or fourth quarter. So, yeah, I mean, just solid. Let's go through the rest of the numbers right now. Nemish Keita provided you with 17 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Celtics were 20 for 20 at the free throw line before it was jinxed by the announcers today. And it had been a while, right? It had been a while since we've seen 20 straight free throws made for this Celtics team. I said it had been a whole calendar year at that point. So nice to see them respond with the free throws today. They had 30 plus free throws in the last game. They got back to the line today, 25 free throws total, 92% from the line, except what was it? Last game they were at 80%. So a nice little boost to that right there, where you missed 6, 7, 8 of these free throws today. It's a different game coming down to the wire. You're giving the Indiana Pacers a little bit of a wiggle room to come back into this game. So nice to see the Celtics lock it down at the free throw line today and bounce back after some really critically missed free throws in that fourth quarter last game.
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, some extra time in practice, probably shooting a little extra free throws there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just play aggressive, go downhill, create contact. You get to the line, just make your free throws. It's one thing to get to the line, but you got to make them, and they made them today when they counted, and to build on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Today, like it was just two games now in a row where the Celtics have gotten 20 plus free throws, 3 free throw attempts. Really, really, you see them in these last 2 games really making the effort to get to the line, trying to draw these fouls because they've been begging the referees to call the fouls fairly this season. 50 something free throws now here in the last 2 games combined. It's exactly what you want, right? You can't always rely on the 3-point shot in these wins against these teams, right? It's not going to work for every team. Sometimes, you're going to be on and you take the 3-point attempts. Today, they were not trying to take the 3-point attempt at all today. 31 3-point attempts at total today, 12 of 31. So they shot 39% from 3 today. But you can tell with all the free throws they took, they were just driving. They were just really unafraid of what the Pacers were doing in the paint. I mean, there were times where Scal and Drew were like, are they trying to double Jaylen Brown at all this game? No, they did not. They were literally just trying to see if the Celtics will beat you in the paint, and the Celtics took that challenge, and that's what they did. They barely shot the 3-point today. I mean, 31 3-point attempts for this team is almost it's actually shocking when you see it, because you're usually used to them being up in that 35, 36, sometimes even the 40 range. When they go crazy, it's in the 50 it's in the 50 attempts range, right? So today for them, they were just strictly just going downhill, trying to get close, trying to get into the paint, and seeing what they could work with. And Sam Hauser today, the only one taking 7 3-point attempts today. So it's even cooled down a little bit for Peyton Pritchard, Derek White. I mean, Derek White, 4 3-point attempts when we're used to seeing him at the 10, 11, 12 3-point attempt, 3-point attempts a game. Him and Pritchard, you'll find Pritchard being in the 7, 8 attempt range. So, they've cooled it down a little bit. I'm wondering if that's coming to, obviously the, the confidence that they're having in their shot right now. I mean, both of them have been up and down this season, right? New role for both of them. So, when they don't have it, you can kind of tell. There
Mhm.
was a couple times where Pritchard missed those 3-point attempts, and you could hear him on the broadcast today, just audibly, just like
Yeah.
it's getting to them. But they found another way to try and affect the game. Peyton Pritchard still didn't have the best shooting night, 4 of 12 today. I mean, a lot of his shots were well. I'm not even going to just say him, but him, Derek White, even Jalen a couple of times, just front rimming a lot of these shots. um, you know, there's definitely a fatigue factor, I think, happening for these guys right now. They've played a lot of games on the road within the past month, and um, a lot of travel time, right? So that's a lot. Like they've been on the road a lot this past month, so a lot less recovery time. They finally get back to home, and then now they have to go back on the road again. So once they get back from this 2 game stint on the road, they get to have what do we say? It was like 5-6 games in a row or something like that, where they get to
Yeah.
just finally recuperate after a long January here so far.
Yeah. Home cooking tonight. Good win. Like you said, just go to Brooklyn, try to get the other win, come back home, try to stack these wins. I mean, this is part of the schedule that you can probably go into the All-Star break. You try to get a little bit of a good winning streak going and try to build on that second place, try to get closer to Detroit.
Hmm.
Yeah, just I like the aggressiveness in the sense that these guys are still shooting, not to the degree, but Derek White, the only way he's going to get out of his slump is to shoot the ball.
He's got to shoot
Yeah,
out of it. You're right. Yep.
yeah, just keep shooting. Don't be scared of the shot.
Hmm.
Eventually it'll come for him, and it just wasn't tonight. Maybe it'll be against Brooklyn. Was it Friday? So we'll see.
Yeah, like you said, and I think that's why Joe did not give him the night off tonight, just to see if he can find that rhythm today back at home. But unfortunately, again, not the greatest shooting night from Derek. He only gave you 13 points, 4 of 10, 1 from 4 from 3. He got 4 attempts at the free throw, made 4 of them, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So not the worst game from Derek White. Definitely has had better shooting nights, but after the last game that he had, I mean, what was it, 4 points against Detroit?
Yeah,
um
yeah,
this is a nice little, I mean, it was kind of a bounce back. You hope to see him up in the like 17, 18, 20 point range, but against this team. But it's okay, right? It's gonna come back, like we said. But like I was just saying, it feels like fatigue has kind of like set in for a couple of these guys on the team right now. And
yeah,
definitely, with all the, like we said, with all the travel and everything, it's kind of they've been playing a lot of basketball for 2, 3, 4 years in a row now. So
yeah,
with the increased workload without Tatum being on the court, even against some of these teams like the Pacers, they're not going to have their best games. It just is what it is. The schedule has kind of been brutal to them this past month, and so it is what it is. We move on to the next game. Hopefully, it's better, like you said, in Brooklyn. Um,
yeah,
Jalen
yeah,
Brown, 34 minutes, 30 points today, 11 for 22 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. So Jalen cooled it on the 3-point attempts today as well, 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 turnovers, 3 steals. Solid JB game. He basically made it known, I'm going to go into the paint, I'm going to attack these guys all night, and he did that. No one was doubling him, right? And much better, excuse me, as far as efficiency goes, 11 from 22, shot 50%, right? In this game, nice little bounce back. He wasn't really forcing too much in this game, because of the fact that his teammates were making shots this game. He didn't have to be that guy that's taking the 28 to 30 shots in this game, because the players around him contributed a little bit, especially from Hauser and Nemish, both giving you 17. That doesn't really happen too much from Nemish, but this matchup's a little bit easier compared to Detroit. So
yeah. It's effective night for Kata.
Hmm.
Like you said, there was no Duren like they have in Detroit. It's a little easier matchup for him. The Pacers don't really have the quality like Miles Turner type of big that's a presence under the basket. He's long since gone, so a
Yeah.
little easier cooking in the middle. And Keita is good, lob threat, rolls to the basket. He's a good athletic player, and then once he gets into that little roll in that little 5 to 10 foot range, right under the basket, that's where he's going to do his damage. So good night
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah. I mean, this has been a really good development year for Nemish Queta too. So, um, I can only imagine like his game gets actually better once Tatum gets here. I mean, it's been a while since Tatum's kind of had like that little bit of a lob threat. I mean, he's had we had Luke Cornett last year who he really used as his lob guy, but without Cornett there this year, and Kata being the full time starter, I really can see when Tatum comes back that those guys just like absolutely cook together.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see if Tatum comes back. With the reports out now that the Celtics haven't really looked into what they're going to do with Tatum in this on this team. With those reports coming out, I mean that's
Mhm.
I kind of don't really. I'm
Yeah.
not really going to listen to those reports because we've seen what Tatum can do once he's with these guys. So yeah, I mean the Boston like that reporting, you don't really have any. That's really a nothing burger to me because yeah, the Celtics aren't thinking about it because they know what they have with Tatum when he comes back to the lineup. So it's not really even a thought.
Yeah, I mean the trade deadline's coming up. There's rumors now that they're saying the Celtics will be buyers. Obviously, if they're close enough. I forget who actually. It was a report from I forget who, but yeah, if they believe Tatum's coming back and they could sell off a couple pieces and try to get better, do it. If they can make that run, if they feel the team's close enough and good enough, add to it. Brad will do what he's got to do.
Yeah, when I hear that report, um, Celtics are going to be buyers. I just think buyout market this year. That's
Mm,
I don't really see them making moves right now. Like so when people are saying like yeah it's they're looking to be buyers, yeah, I think they're looking to be buyers on the buyout market, not too
mm,
much like trading what they got right now, looking for like a piece that's going to put them over the top because Tatum is their piece that puts them over the top.
yeah,
So yeah, it's I would just take those like reports with a grain of salt at this point right now in the year. Um, yeah, that's what I gotta say about that. Gonna go through this through these the bench real quick. Let's see, Peyton Pritchard. Let me get to him real quick. 10 points, 4 of 12, 1 of 5 from three, 8 assists. So Peyton Pritchard doing what he does. Him and D White racking up the assist, even though the shot's not falling. Amari Williams, nothing to report there. He had 4 minutes in this game in garbage time, but
hmm
didn't show anything. That's excuse me, can't really judge him his performance off of 4 minutes off the bench in garbage time. So
yeah,
Luca Garza today, 16 minutes, 8 points, got to the free throw line and took four free throws, made all of his 6 rebounds. Very, very typical Luca Garza stat line. Nothing pops out right there. Anthony Simons, 22 minutes, 9 points, 3 of 8 shooting. Seems like the Inferno has cooled down a little bit. He's also gotten a little bit of a less playing opportunity too. His minutes have kind of gone down from when he was on his heater, he was playing about 30 minutes a game. Now he's just the last couple games down to like 20, 22 minutes per game. So he's not really being as aggressive as he was about a week ago. So but still solid minutes from him today. The defense continues to stand out from him. He's not going on the court and just standing around on defense. That's for sure. Definitely, you can definitely see the effort that he's taken, and the strides that he's made in the past like month. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you go on to a team like the Celtics, all these guys are gonna push you. You don't want to be the guy that can't cover or can't guard. You want to,
Facts.
it's in practice. These guys want to compete at each other, and I'm sure Jalen, Derek, Peyton, all these guys are pushing them, and it's showing now on the court that he can be an effective defender, and it's hard work and it's building his confidence. Just gonna make him a better player overall.
He just looks way more comfortable now, right? Like you can just see it, body language, everything. When he comes onto the court, doesn't seem like he's like trying to figure out where his role is or where he needs to be anymore. He just looks
Mhm.
comfortable now. Sure, that's going to change whenever Tatum comes back. A lot of stuff with the team is going to change, to be honest. But
Yeah.
it's nice to see that he still gets that support even from Tatum on when Tatum's on the bench, right? Tatum, cheering for him whenever he's playing really well. Tatum's in it, right? Tatum is there cheering on his guys and stuff like that. So, it only helps. It only helps. So, like when Tatum shows up on the court and he gets the ball gets swung from Tatum to him, and he's gonna have that confidence that, hey, Tatum passed me the ball. I'm greenlit to shoot right now. So let's it's gonna be. I think it's a really really good fit, even though we were kind of skeptical about it at earlier in the season.
Yeah, a lot of improvement, a lot of work has been done. Joe is trusting him. I think in the beginning, Joe was sort of, pulling him early because he just wasn't, the effort may have not been there, but now there seems to be a little more trust, and he's got the green light to shoot the ball. If he, can get hot, like you said, his minutes will increase. It's just finding that balance of, scoring and playing defense and being overall, not a guy who's just gonna constantly shoot every time he touches it. Just play team ball and play with everyone around him, and that's the fine line. That's the balance that he's got to find. So
Right, right. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, he's you know, definitely gonna see more of that from him whenever Tatum comes back to this team. So, moving on to the next. Let's see the next player we got. Ron Harper Jr. Yeah, nothing really to say there. Garbage time.
mhm.
Baylor Shireman, man, I was really happy with the way Baylor played today on defense. Earlier on in the game too, he got that 3-pointer off in front of in front of the Pacers bench, blows a
Yeah,
kiss over to Tyrese
yeah,
Halliburton. I was like, nice, like yes, inject some juice into this right now. Like the
yeah.
Celtics were kind of still, they had the lead and everything, but you kind of wanted to see a little bit of like a spark, somebody to like get the team going a little bit, and Baylor gave you that. He makes that three over on the over in front of the bench. They come back down the court or whatever, and then the next thing that happened was shoot, what happened after that? So he makes the 3-pointer,
Mm,
um, and then he's like talking crap to the bench. I think he makes like a defensive play or something like. Anyways,
yeah,
crap, what happened? It was I remember it, and now I can't remember it.
yeah, yeah.
What did he do? He turns over the ball or something. Oh yeah, he turns over the ball, and then Tyrese Halliburton, the bench gets up, and they're like kind of like jawing at him, making fun of him for like turning the ball over, and then they go back down. Indiana goes back down. He steals the ball, turnover. They run down the court. Baylor Shireman, you think like, oh, okay, y'all were just clowning me for turning the ball over, and instead of being aggressive, he makes the right play, finds the open man for the 3-point attempt, makes that's when Indiana calls the timeout right there.
Mm,
And just like when you needed that little bit of a spark from somebody off the bench, Baylor gave that to you. And I mean, it was
yeah,
just kind of like a cascade effect. Everybody off the bench, once they saw that from Shireman, everybody was just playing well. And you could see it here in the box score: 8 points from Garza, 9 from Anthony Simons. Harper Jr., even though it was garbage time, got a couple.
mm,
5 from Baylor. Jordan Walsh hit a three, and then Hugo Gonzalez with 5 points off the bench today in 11 minutes. He was a little aggressive, took a couple shots today. So, yeah, the confidence off of the bench today was just, you could feel it. You could feel like, hey, like the guys on the bench knew that they were better than the guys on the Pacers bench, and it showed. It showed. They all had really great games. A nice little contribution from the bench today to help out the starters, even though all the starters played very, very well today.
Yeah, I mean, the bench guys are notorious for just playing hard. And when you play hard like they bring the energy on the court, typically good things will happen. Just play hard, know your role, play good defense and hit the open shots. And Joel can constantly keep trusting you and just play your game and play within the system, I guess. So
Mm-hmm.
good quality bench play tonight. Everyone contributed, like you said.
Yeah, it was just a good win. I mean, this one, like you're just watching it, right, and you can just see the talent disparity from Detroit to Indiana now.
Yeah.
The Celtics had a very, very tough game last game, and the way they played is exactly the way it felt like they played tonight, right? They kind of were they it felt like really what they did in last game versus Detroit is exactly kind of like what they did today too. I mean, just a little more 3-pointers taken last game, but
Hmm.
Celtics don't ever really, like, they haven't really changed up their game plan a lot too much against the opponents. I mean, it was just easy for them. We had talked about wanting to see like how the matchups would fare with um what's his name that used to play on our team?
Neesmith.
Neesmith. Not a really great game from Neesmith. I know he's like coming back right from like injury or
Hmm.
something like that, but
Yeah.
Neesmith, usually a very, very tough opponent versus the Celtics. I mean, didn't have anything going for him today at all. Actually, let me take a quick look at his stat line today. 28 minutes, 3 of 9 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. He only had 6 points today. He was a team worst minus 28. It felt
Oh,
like it.
yeah.
It felt like Neesmith did not have it. The Celtics killer always wants to get his get back against this team, but he just did not have it going tonight. I was excited to see him, play against the Celtics with without Tyrese Halliburton, see what he does against this team. With no Tatum and the drop off of the players that we had, but it was a stinker from him today. Which, you know what, we deserve a Aaron Neesmith stinker, because guy
Mm-hmm.
freaking always wants to like kill our players and and get our guys
Mm-hmm.
hurt. I don't know what's his problem, man, but that time has passed. Like,
Yeah.
it's been a while, man. Sometimes you got to get over just your ex, your scorned ex.
Yeah, definitely true. You can see the frustration, him running through those screens, those
Yep.
Mimi Kata screens he was just running through playing football. That's all frustration. These guys had good high screens and it worked to get around it. And if you're lazy, you get frustrated, you just want to run through it. And that's just frustration. And that was a
Yeah.
frustrating night probably for him.
Yeah. It just seemed like uh everything that the coach tells them to do. Don't leave Sam Hauser open. It's just hard for them right now without Tyrese Halliburton. Everything feels harder for the Pacers this year. Um, it's crazy, the drop off. I mean, like you said, they lost Halliburton. What's his name signs to the Bucks, who are getting
Yeah.
absolutely destroyed by OKC right now. The score is 66-48 OKC. Grass ain't always greener on the other side, my man. Um,
Hmm.
and all that, like, that weird energy he had. What was
Yeah.
his name?
Uh, what needs no?
No, not Neesmith. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Oh, Turner.
Turner.
Yeah,
That
Miles
that
Turner.
Miles Turner, that weird energy he had, doing the close book thing when they were
Mm,
doing his welcome back, you know, Jumbotron, uh,
yeah.
thing and everything. Yeah, man, just weird guy. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the Lego guy, right? Yeah, I think he's a
Yeah.
Lego guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a Lego guy. Yeah. Yeah,
Nothing wrong with Legos, but
he's got a weird style to him. So yeah.
I don't know what it was, like, that was one of the weirdest, like, player dynamics I've seen about a player, like,
Mhm.
leaving a team and then joining the Bucks, like, one of their rivals, one of the teams that they've beaten in the
Yeah.
postseason year after year, like,
Yeah.
what? What? It's such a weird guy, weird move, but, hey, good luck to him. Maybe when Giannis is traded, he becomes the main attraction like he wants to be,
Mhm.
because that, I mean, that's what, like, he was showing, right? Like, main character syndrome, the whole off season, him signing and all the weird stuff he was doing, just
Yeah.
weird antics, just weird overall. But um I will say the Indiana Pacers, they got a couple weird characters even over there.
Yeah, just want to go off topic a little bit. There's a lot of tweets out there about Al Horford. Um,
Oh, yeah, yeah, talk about it, speak on it.
yeah, Al Horford going to eighth place Golden State Warrior team, saying that he basically left because he didn't think the Celtics were a championship caliber team. He wanted a chance at another ring. Now with Jimmy Butler worse, and there's rumors that they can possibly move on from a injured, Jimmy Butler, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I
No,
mean, yeah,
no one's taking that contract while he's hurt.
no, no, and like you said, the grass isn't always greener. Wish Al would have stayed. I wish if the money was comparable, he should have stayed. But everyone's got their own decisions to make. This their own life. So
I feel you, man. Personally, what do you feel about it?
yeah, I think he should have just stayed. I mean, he left for Philly that first time, and he thought he can compete with, and win with Philadelphia, which didn't work. And they shipped him to Oklahoma City, I believe, and he came back. And yeah, you just stick it out, man. I mean, you won a chip, you stick it out. I mean, it was only going to be 1 year. Tatum
One,
comes
yeah.
back whenever, yeah, Tatum comes back, and you're in prime condition, position actually, and Tatum's. That's if Tatum was out this year, it would have been 1 year to reset. But now it looks like more and more he's possibly going to come back. Al would have been a key contributor to another championship run. That's my opinion. He shouldn't
You
have
think
left.
you
But
you think he's coming back?
who, Al?
Al, yeah, to the Celtics.
He signed a 2 year deal, I believe. So it might close him out. It might close the door. But if Golden State is selling off pieces, maybe they find a way to acquire him. I doubt that will be the case, but I think his Celtic days are over most likely because I don't see him playing past 2 years. I think he just thought Golden State was good enough with Curry and these cast of characters over there that he could have had a legitimate chance to win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, uh, yeah. It's if I know, like, okay, I know how we all feel, right? Like, it sucks
hmm
Al has left for the second time now when he thought that the Celtics weren't going to compete, right?
yeah,
That sucks. That sucks as a fan base who loves him, right? He brought us a championship. Even though he left to try to go get a championship with Philly when he didn't think it was going to work out, when the Celtics didn't want to pay him, right? And
yeah,
this is what it came down to the second time as well. The Celtics didn't want to pay him what he thought he was worth,
hmm
and they let him walk. They let him go. They let him walk, right? I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is. He was free to make his own choice, like you said. Good good luck to him. He's a man. He's allowed to do whatever he wants for the interest of his family and stuff like that. But you kind of like ruined the jersey retirement. Like, you kind of ruined, like, a lot of fans' perception of, um are you loyal to us, right?
hmm
Like, it's not once, it's twice that it's happened. So, I mean, and to two teams that were rivals for the team,
hmm
right? I
yeah,
mean, one team is a um, not they're on the West Coast and everything. They're a Western Conference team. They're not an Eastern Conference team, right? But they're a rival. They beat you. They beat you in the finals, right? That sucks. Like for a lot of Celtics fans, like it's hard for them to see him go to the team that beat you in the finals,
Hmm.
and you're thinking that your team's not good enough to win. So you go to a team that, oh, they have Curry, they have new Jimmy Butler there. Like, Al, you've played against Jimmy Butler in on the Heat. You know it's hard for him to stay healthy, but you still
Yeah.
chose that, right? Like that's on him. That's 100% on him. If like he didn't want to kind of like take that role of like a Udonis Haslam for the Celtics, kind of just sit there on the bench, get your 10 to 15 minutes a night until Tatum comes back. Even if Tatum doesn't come back this year, you sign like a cheaper deal to stay with the team, kind of like help
Yeah.
be that guy, that veteran leadership for the new guys that are on the team, kind of like mentor them. How you used to mentor Tatum and Brown.
Yeah.
And but at the same time too, like maybe he saw that that role for him was over, right? Like now Tatum and Brown are like the guys on the team.
Mhm.
Eventually it was going to have to happen, right? Like
Yep.
maybe Al saw like the only way that these guys can be the leaders on the team, maybe like the only way that Jaylen Brown could have the breakout season that he's having right now is for him to be the guy, the longest tenured Celtic on the team, right? So
Hmm.
there's a lot of stuff that comes into it. Like, maybe Al is thinking the best for him, but the best for his other teammates as well, who need to grow into that role of being leaders on the team. It's always nice to have veteran presence. It's always nice, right? It does not hurt
Yeah.
to have an Al Horford type on your bench, but at the same time, these guys got to grow up too.
Sure.
Um, it sucks. I don't feel bad for the situation that Al Horford is in, because he put himself in that position, and
Hmm.
we're in the position we're in now because he left, and because he's given that leadership, and that now Jaylen Brown being the 1A longest tenured Celtic on the team, he's embraced that. Does that happen does Jalen embrace it and grow into that role as fast as he has this season, with Al Horford still sitting there on the bench, kind of like trying to be the old, old wise one? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I think now, like you said, his days on the Celtics are done, but it's because now Jalen has taken this role over as being the number one guy, the leader, the longest tenured Celtic on the team now. So yeah, I mean, would an Al Horford reunion, like, would it like help a lot of Celtics fans who are feeling some type of way about him? I don't think it would. I feel like if he even came back, there would still be the people like, oh, this guy left us twice. Now he's just running back home with his tail tucked, and um he doesn't want to like really be part of this, because why did he leave? Right? It's
Yeah.
not gonna change those people's minds. Um,
Yeah.
uh, but I think, yeah, like you said, I think the time has passed. It's moved on. The Celtics decided like we're going young. But they wouldn't have minded if Al stayed. Like they definitely would not have minded, right?
Hmm.
So but yeah, I mean, we could also see Al last year too. I mean, it wasn't like his best season either, like you could tell the age was starting to show, especially in the playoffs. Um so, I think this year, if he would have stayed, he definitely would have been like that 10-15 minute kind of like role guy, just because they would just try to preserve him like they were doing the past couple seasons, to get to the playoffs.
Yes.
I don't think he wanted that for himself. I think he wanted that role of, being a starter, and Golden State sold him on that it could happen. And then you never fucking trust goddamn what's his name?
Steve
Steve
Kerr.
Kerr.
Yeah.
Don't ever trust that fool. Like,
Yeah.
did Al Horford not watch the Olympics? Did he not watch what he did to Jay?
Yeah.
Brother, you thought that guy you like he was gonna be about you. Oh, Al Horford, come to the Warriors. You're gonna start all the time. You're gonna
Mm,
be a main guy on this team. Yeah, dude, you had an NBA champion, Jason Tatum, riding the bench in the Olympics. Like,
mhm,
Steve Kerr does not care about the Boston Celtics. He does not care that you were a Celtic and you won a ring. And you went over there and sorry, man, that's the life you chose and you were sold on a dream that wasn't real. And now our Celtics without you, they're the second seed in the East when you thought that they weren't going to be competitive and you didn't like the offer and you wanted more money.
mhm.
That's the narrative, man. Like that,
Yeah,
it is what it is. Al Horford, thank you for the ring, appreciate you, but the optics are the optics, all right? Like,
yeah.
and you're not going to change a lot of Celtics fans, opinions or views on how they see the situation. Me personally, I would have loved to have him still. I thought it was also kind of like a cheap move to leave. You stay, you ride it out with the team through thick and thin,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and your jersey's getting raised in the banners. If it was a bad year and the Celtics won what 20 games this year or something like that, 30 something games this year, the fans would still absolutely love and adore Al Horford. Did
Mhm,
not matter the record of the team. Did not matter if like if it wouldn't have mattered. It really would not have mattered. I think a lot of fans would have had way more respect for Al Horford, for him sitting through and riding with this team, letting Jalen be the 1A. You basically said, Tatum's gone, team's not going to be good with Jalen and me on the team, and
mhm,
I think that also fueled Jalen Brown. I think him leaving the team, him saying like him actively saying in the media, I didn't think that the team is going to be as competitive.
mm.
You basically said, screw you, Jalen Brown. I'm out. Good luck. I'm gonna go try to win a chip with Curry, the guy who beat us in the finals.
Yeah,
Ugh, ugh. It's
yeah.
it's it's
It's a bad look. It's a bad look,
It
and
is.
especially for Jalen, he's looking at this like you said, he finds anything for motivation, anything to put a chip on his shoulder, and I'm sure this was one of those things, but
All-Star game starter this year.
yeah, yeah,
All-Star game starter, and you said that this team wasn't gonna be competitive once Tatum got hurt.
yeah, yeah,
Listen, let's not kid ourselves, right? We didn't think the team was going to be as good as they are right now, right? A lot
no,
of people would say that this is kind of like crazy what's going on with the team, what Joe Mazzulla is able to do with this team, right? I get that. But at the same time, that means that he thought that Joe Mazzulla wasn't going to get this done either. He didn't have confidence in the coach, he didn't have confidence in the players without Jalen Brown, and he said, uh you're not also not paying me enough to sit here
mhm,
while I think this is going to be a bad team. So
yeah,
good, good luck to you, man. You're probably not coming back to the team after leaving them for a second time. I hope you enjoy this Cali weather that we have out here. It's amazing. I won't lie. It's great. It definitely beats the New England at this time of year. What you guys got?
yeah.
Like another snowstorm coming? It's like -4 degrees in the morning or something.
Yeah, it's, Sunday then, they're calling it a nor'easter, I mean,
Jeez.
possibly, like, 15 inches in some spots.
Oh my god. I'm telling you,
I mean,
bro, I do not miss that. I do not
no,
miss nor'easters.
no,
I
it's
do not miss shoveling snow. I'm sure Al Horford does not miss shoveling snow. So, I mean, he's sitting fine with his with his money over here in Cali and you know, I'm sure he's not going to bed feeling some type of way that he gets to go to sleep in California and wake up and, it's
mhm,
sunny and 70 pretty much every day. So, that's the kind of that's his retirement tour, right? I mean, that's what he chose, to end his career. I don't see him. I don't see the Boston Celtics really like inviting him back this season
yeah,
for a reunion when you left and didn't believe in the team. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for Al Horford. I think the whole um, the jersey. If he stayed, jersey retirement 100%,
Mhm.
absolutely no questions asked. Now leaving a second time for money, contractual situations. I think we know where his kind of like where his motivation is right now at this. Well, actually, at both of the times that he chose the money over the Celtics. So he
Yeah.
was very fortunate. He was very fortunate to find his way back onto the team after being sent to OKC, and they kind of told him, "Hold on, man, you're trying to contribute to a winning culture right here. We're trying to get some draft picks."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was lucky that that OKC was all in on getting draft picks and said, "Yes, we'll take Kemba Walker off your hands. Just throw us a first round pick along with that, and you can have Al Horford back." So he was very, very lucky that the Boston Celtics said, "Hey, we know you made your decision. You wanted to get this money. It didn't work it didn't work out with us the first time. How about you reconsider?" This time, the Celtics are not asking him to reconsider about coming back to this team. Not after a second time.
Yeah. His time with the Celtics is most likely more than not over. It's a shame. I mean, he's a quality player. He would have helped the team. I mean, like you said, he slowed down. His age is catching up to him a little bit.
Hmm.
But no jersey retirement for Al Horford. It was close anyway, even if he had stayed, whether or not they hung the jersey. I think more
Hmm.
likely that they would have. But at this point, he falls into that, hate to say it, Marcus Smart kind of category, whether or not he's a fan favorite enough. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
move on. He moved on, and it's just weird because I started seeing this on my timeline. People started talking like Al Horford and eighth place Golden State Warrior team, second place Celtics team. Grass isn't always greener, and he's gonna, it's
it
weird how
was.
it popped up again.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like the second time this season it's popped up now because it
Yeah.
popped up when the Warriors weren't playing well, and then
Mhm.
now with the Jimmy Butler injury, now everybody's basically like kind of like throwing it in his face, like, see, you went to another team with an injury. Now you went to another team because you because of the injury on our team, and you went to a team with an injury prone player with
Mhm.
knee issues, and look what happened to you. And I think that's kind of like where it's coming back in. They're kind of basically Celtics fans are kind of just like throwing it in his
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
basically saying like, "Ha, told you so. You weren't going to win with them. Good luck now to you." Like,
Mhm.
I get why it's being brought up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is what it is. A lot of Celtics fans still feel some type of way about him leaving. Me personally, I still feel some type of way about him leaving the second time too. I was
Yeah.
upset at it. I was like, dude, I thought you were a Celtic for life. Like, you
Yeah.
won a chip with us. Like, you left, you made your mistake, and then you came back and won it with us, and then you're like, "Nah, I don't think I can win it with y'all again. So I'm a bounce and I'm a jump ship, go to Curry
Mhm.
and the injury prone Jimmy Butler." So yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is at this point. So
It's a
um
weird team just because of what Jonathan Kaminga. I don't even know what the deal is with him.
uh,
He's a good player from what I could tell, but so many DMPs, they just don't like him. For some reason, they just
they
don't play
don't.
that guy. I don't get it.
I don't either. Yeah, like Kaminga has to go, and they haven't really been helping his trade value. Basically, the way they talk about him in the media. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
once Jimmy Butler went down, I mean, that was their big move that they said that they were making to extend the career of uh Steph Curry, Draymond Green, trying to keep that the 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 dynasty, the remnants of it,
Mhm.
hanging on life support right now. And y- you know, uh yeah, it, like they said, with Jimmy going down, all that money that they were giving him,
Mhm.
and now he's hurt. I mean, he's like, it's not like just like the knee issues he was having. He's hurt now, right?
Yeah.
Torn ACL. I mean, where does his career go from here?
Mhm.
You know, he does not have a lot of basketball in him, and for that knee injury to happen at this stage of his career, I mean,
It's brutal.
oof, I mean, it's gonna be a tough ask to trade him. I mean, you're gonna have to add a Kaminga into a trade. You're gonna have to like get Al Horford in the trade too, in order to get anything, in order to get off of that contract. I mean, some some pieces are gonna have to go with Jimmy Butler. Teams are not gonna take that contract
With an
for
injury.
he's probably coming back in a year, right? So
Mm.
that's a half season remaining on his contract from the 2 years that he has, and uh, I mean, you got to give up a lot to get rid of that, to get off of that contract. So I can see, I can, and now you got to work with teams because of this new CBA. Like
Mhm.
any of these trades for them to go down, I mean, you're gonna need at least 3, 4, 5 team trades. That's just the way the CBA works now, and um, Al Horford could potentially be on another team this year. I mean, he can be on another team, another team that they still see some value in him to try to get a playoff push going. And yeah, who knows Al Horford where will he end up, and even if any team is going to try to help
Mhm.
the Warriors out. I mean, who like you got to be a crazy general manager to want to help out the Warriors and help them try to win a championship right now after this.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
to be insane. You got to be insane. But there are owners out there. There's owners out there that are insane. That owners will do dumb stuff to try and help their team try, give their fan base a faux, like they're doing something in the front office to help them win a
Mhm.
championship. There's a lot of dumb organizations and owners out there. I mean, that's not just in basketball. That's all over professional sports. Look at what the Buffalo Bills did today in their presser. I mean, absolutely just like owners just have no PR sense or any kind of
Mhm.
um like the lights are on but no one's home type comments that come out of like owners and moves that they make. But we all can't be fortunate to have a top office, a top executive office in the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like you. Bob Kraft has been taking a lot of crap. I mean, past few years now. He's getting all the credit, well deserved. For the Vrabel hiring, and it sort of turned the team into a championship contender, and they're on the fast track. And I mean, we're fortunate, Boston fans. You got to be
Hmm.
grateful for the ownerships that you even have. Even with John Henry, he gets a lot of crap, but he did bring 4 championships here, and you got to be grateful. I mean, it could be a whole lot worse. You look at these other organizations and like all those sports, like you said, they
Yeah.
run it to the ground. They don't have the sense, and they don't have the understanding. They don't have the fans in mind. It's a money
Hmm.
grab, and
Yeah.
you, we just have to appreciate, the ownership groups that we do have.
Facts. Yeah, Robert Kraft had to make that move. I mean,
Yeah.
he had no choice. If he would have gone a second year with Gerard Mayo as his head coach and that offensive coordinator, it was the offensive coordinator who hadn't called plays.
Hmm.
Like, come on, he hadn't
Yeah.
called plays in how many years or ever, I believe. Like
Yeah.
Robert Kraft had to make that move. It would have been owner malpractice to go 2 years in with Gerard Mayo. Gerard Mayo, hell of a player with the Patriots. Hell of a
Hmm.
player with the Patriots. Zero head coaching experience put into the head coaching and put into the head coaching role of the 6-time Super Bowl champion franchise. Then no, it had to be done. You had to get a guy with coaching experience to the collegiate level. Was the head coach of his own NFL team at one point, and they decided no, we don't like that you didn't. The ownership of the Tennessee Titans didn't like that Vrabel was upset about the moves that they made behind his back to trade AJ Brown and basically gut his team. Um, Henry gone, right?
Yeah.
Like what were they doing? What were they doing? Ego and bravado of a ownership of a billionaire owner will mess up a franchise if the fan base lets them. The fan base that is in the Boston area, the reason why the teams are so successful is because the fans, the press put pressure on the owners. It's called the press for a reason. We press them about their decisions. We press them about what they were thinking, why they were thinking that, why they made that move, and then they respond. If the New England sports culture didn't have passionate fan bases, didn't have press that will go in and ask the hard questions, we
Mm-hmm.
we would be a city like the Charlotte Hornet, like Charlotte. We would be a city like New Orleans, like teams that just pretend like they're trying to win championships, but really they're just trying to make enough money to put in their pocket, go home, see their lovely wife and kids, and with their billions of dollars, while the fans continue to be miserable that their teams don't put in the effort to win championships at a legit like in a serious manner.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Charlotte Hornets are still rolling with LaMelo Ball as their cornerstone franchise piece for that organization. The kid has been in how many years now? He's, you know, still has ankle injuries. He's still immature. Does not like that. It's just a joke. It's a joke of a team. It's a joke of a franchise. Like, I'm sorry, I was born in North Carolina. I was like when I was young, there was a point where I was like into the Charlotte Hornets. I thought that they had a cool, awesome, iconic logo. I thought it was awesome. Muggsy Bogues on the team, the shortest guy in NBA history, being their point guard and getting it done, made us all feel like it could be us one day. And it has never turned into anything. Never turned into anything. As sad as it is to say, it has never turned into an NBA championship. They left Charlotte, right? Well, first they did they let's see. They changed the team name. They changed it to the Bobcats. They were the Bobcats for a little bit. They moved to New Orleans. They said, "See you later. We're out of Charlotte." Then somebody else brings the organization back to Charlotte. Like, bro, just like that could be us. that could that
Yeah.
could be that could be New England sports, and we're very very fortunate that it is not like that. That we have competent owners because they actually give a crap because the fan base gives a crap.
Yeah. Yeah. It's what city of championships, and title town and all that. Those slogans are appropriate, for this region.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
mean nothing.
just keep winning. Stack up, I keep saying stack this, stack that. Let's keep stacking some championships. I mean, how far is San Francisco from you? You might be there in 2 weeks. You never know.
Hmm.
Patriots, let's ride.
Bro, if I get the Patriots in the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny in the same year, that'd be insane, bro. That'd just be like that's my my sports dream right there. My sports wet dream. Bad Bunny and Patriots in the Super Bowl winning it all.
Mm,
Um, I'd have to be there. If I was there in person, I'd actually probably wet myself if they won the
yeah,
Super Bowl. Um, it's only what, like 7.5 hours away from me, so
that's a
still can't afford the ticket though. I
yeah.
don't think. I mean, if the Patriots make it, I might think about dropping 1,000 on a nosebleed seat if they make it.
Mhm.
I'm going by myself though. I'm sorry. Like, wifey got to stay home though. Wifey got to stay home. I'll be going out there myself.
Yeah. Yeah, she could stay for the tailgate, I guess. But yeah, it's crazy the ticket prices. I'm sure they're gonna be out of control.
Hold up.
Yeah,
I'm
take
gonna
it.
look some up right
All right,
now.
go ahead.
Go ahead. You can talk and I'm gonna look
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we got a legitimate chance. I mean, Bo Nix is hurt. Was it Jarrett Stidham starting? He hasn't played a game in what 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a legitimate chance. If we jump ahead early, I don't see Denver coming back. Just got to put some early points on, put the pressure on them, and Sean Payton's already talking crap. So I read some sort of
Oh
thing.
my god, yeah.
Yeah,
What did he say?
he said
Uh,
it'll be a long 2 weeks for them or something.
yeah,
That effect.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Broncos fans, don't worry. It'll be our guys will get rested. We got 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, all right, y'all
yeah,
confident.
yeah.
I mean, I just feel like he's just giving, like, he's purposely trying to give the Patriots some bulletin board
Mhm.
material.
Yeah.
Um, which, I mean, yeah, whatever, yeah, go for it. Whatever you want to give 'em, like, do some fake bulletin board material, kind of like try to rile your team up in
Mhm.
support of your guy. Yeah, I get that, right? But
Yeah.
we got to be realistic. Even the other people in the media saying, "Oh, if you get your best out of both players, you don't see them playing that much different from each other." Dog, come on. The
Yeah.
the the Broncos are not having a top 2 MVP candidate just sitting there right on the bench. Oh, he's the highest paid backup in the NFL. That's just the market, man. That's all it is. The the quarterbacks for the in the NFL get paid so much money these days. You think that the market isn't going to get raised up for the backup quarterback either? Come on, you're kidding yourself. Like,
Yeah.
it's the most important, like, position on the team for a reason. And yeah, you're just paying Stidham because of his longevity in the NFL right now.
Mhm.
And if he was on that same level that people are saying as as Drake May, he'd be in the game. He'd be
Yeah.
playing over Bo Nix, and that's just not the case at all. And for people in the media trying to do that right now, and then if Celtics, excuse me, if the Patriots win that game, they're just gonna say, "Oh, it was just Jared Stidham. What, like, he's a backup quarterback." They're just literally trying to set the narrative for
Mhm.
like, they're literally trying to get ahead of the narrative and set their own narratives to just basically come back and say, "Oh, easiest schedule." Look at what Cam Newton did today. Just loud and wrong. That's all he's doing. He's just being
Yeah.
loud. Just, when you click on the video of him, making his hot take, it's just loud. So you're just like, oh, haha, this is funny. Listen to him. He's loud, so he must be right. No, you're loud and you're wrong. Just stop it. It's just clickbait. All these
Yeah.
guys are
It
just
is.
click. This is when the Patriots are in everybody's, like, in the back of everybody's heads right now. It's just
Yeah.
clickbait after clickbait. The ESPN, the mainstream medium, the Dan Orlovskis of the world, just
Mhm.
biting into the Stephen A. Smith playbook during this run. It's just absolutely uh, disgusting to watch. I
Yeah.
mean, what are we doing with these backup quarterbacks, analyzing players that have peaked them in their second year easily? I mean, Drake May has had easily a better career already in his second year than Dan Orlovsky will
Mhm.
ever have in his dreams. Like, he can't even think of the success that Drake May is having for himself. Like, he it's just crazy to me that we get that these guys are allowed these platforms, but it's because the mainstream media is all a clickbait farm these
Yeah.
days. The
Yeah.
clicks and the reactions. This is the new media. This is how they get their engagement. They are literally just professional engagement farmers with massive multi-million dollar studios, and it's just a show. It's just all it is. It's just that's all they're doing. They're engagement farming for clicks these days, and that's what sells. That's literally what riles up fans. All fans basically live on social media to follow their teams. It gets them reactions, especially when you can get a rabid reaction out of a New England sports fan base. It prints money. We've seen it with the Celtics. We've seen engagement farming from people trying to create rage bait for the Celtics, and now the New England Patriots are back. They are next in line to get the rage bait revenue, and
Mhm.
this is where we are. This is the new media. Um, Shout out to Stuart Scott. You're one of the realest in the game.
Oh yeah.
the pretty much since the passing, unfortunate passing of Stuart Scott, the ESPN has never been the same. It will never be the same anymore. Um, and it sucks that they always use him now as he's like the poster child for what was once great, and that's unfortunate because you know ESPN could have kept building figures like that, like a Stuart
Mhm,
Scott, but they've decided to go in the way of the Stephen A. Smiths, the Dan Orlovskis, just the Cam Newtons are now even showing up on their TV on the TV screen now, and that's just where it is. That's the state of the media these days.
mhm,
It's unfortunate. I wish it was. I wish the sport, all sports were covered differently, but it's not. Once ESPN decided that they were moving from Stores, Connecticut, out to LA, you knew what their ambitions were, what their goals were. They want to be Hollywood. They want to make money. That's where they felt like the organization can make the most money now is being in LA, and they've transitioned from being the sports network, sports center. We don't even get a sports ticker at the bottom of the TV anymore. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? It's
sure,
just,
sure.
it's just like it's not about sports anymore. It's about the stories. It's about creating the headlines, which creates the revenue, the engagement, the rage baiting that they do on TV, and then it gets posted to YouTube. It gets posted to Twitter. People
Mm.
clip farm, and that's it. That's how the money is made now. Unfortunately, these days.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, like you said, social media, everyone knows it's pretty much, engagement farming, clickbait stuff, but it's hard not to like engage.
You're
And
right.
that's what they hope for is the engagement, and clicks mean more money, and like you said, it's just a completely different identity than the one ESPN that I grew up watching. It was about sports. Now it's about all everything but sports.
Everything but it. Yep. Hold on.
All right.
Where's it at? Where's it at? Let me find it. One sec.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I sat on my headphones. Right here, man. Stuart
That's
Scott.
good.
Every day I fight. We're
Mhm,
never getting a guy like this ever again in the media. It's over. It's unfortunate.
mhm.
It's over. Stuart Scott, the GOAT. Cooler than the other side of the pillow forever and always, man. Gone too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just pretty much since his passing, I mean, I cannot take ESPN seriously anymore. Um,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Used to be my favorite network to turn on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
my favorite network to watch growing up as a sports fan, and it's completely the opposite now. I don't even I don't know how First Take ends up still getting the ratings that it does. I can't anymore with it. I can't. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's just not the same what it used to be. It's just not.
Yeah. The only thing I'll turn on ESPN on is, like you said, a sporting game, whether it's what football. I mean, ESPN, ABC, the same company, and more or less football or whatever sporting event. If I want to watch, I don't watch any of those shows. First Take, NFL Live. I don't even bother. I just watch the game.
Yeah.
But
Their analysts don't even watch the games. They don't have anybody in there that their job is to just watch a bunch of games and, they literally just follow um they literally just follow like what's being talked about on social media.
yeah.
Hold on one second. I mean the whole NFL live. They all pick the Texans.
Hmm.
All of them. They all pick the Texans, and then it's like, dude, like y'all didn't give nobody picked the Patriots.
Hmm.
Like dude, I understand that the Texans have a top 3 defense, a top 10 defense, top 5 or whatever it was. Some were saying it's the best,
Yeah.
but you have a top 2 MVP candidate on the other side, and the Patriots defense is no slouch either. Like, the Patriots defense got healthy right before the playoffs. They had the number 1 run defense, like for the first 7-8 weeks before injuries started happening. So I mean, like a lot of these people don't even know what they're talking about. Dan Orlovsky doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, and then he'll get on Twitter and he'll try to do this like corny little like his little film reviews and film sessions and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, no one, like, you're not fooling anybody, dude. You watch like a couple clips from a game, like you're not in there like analyzing these teams like in depth. It's just it's so fake, it's so staged, it's it's whack.
Yeah, it's not a good watch.
But but that's it. That's it for tonight. That's enough for the ranting and everything like that. Man, we started talking Boston sports. We almost had a little round table just now. we were about to get into the Boston Celtics. Into the Boston Red Sox, I think, if we would have kept going.
Yeah, true. We need like a four-person screen, like
I know, right?
All the sports.
Facts.
We'll get it. Yeah, we'll get it.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Other than that, I'm gonna start heading out. I'm about to eat. I need to eat some dinner. But yeah, Boston Celtics take on the Brooklyn Nets next for the next game at Brooklyn. So that's gonna be 7:30 tip-off time East Coast, 4:30 Western. And then let me just double check, make sure that I am. Yes, we will be post game podding for that. So make sure if you're tuned into us right now, if you stuck around with us throughout this whole watch, appreciate y'all for tuning in. But we'll be back for the next game too. I think we're going Nets, Bulls, Blazers. So yeah, the next 3 games we'll be here. Gonna take a break for the Hawks, but then we'll be back for the Kings. But yeah, we're here, man, trying to be a little bit more consistent with the post game podding. But other than that, my boy Adrian, anything else to add?
It's a wrap for me. Good talk, though. Good talk tonight.
For sure. Appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. I'm the Parquet Poppy. This is my boy Adrian at NBA Swing Pass. Follow the Dynasty Proud podcast on X. You can also follow Boston Sports Entertainment Network at BSEN_617. Make sure you tune into that Twitter account, Boston Sports Entertainment Network. They're giving away a free jersey. I'm going to announce the winner before the Super Bowl. So make sure you log in. Make sure you catch that tweet, retweet. And I believe you have to subscribe to the webpage so that you can get tuned into some of the writers that we have over here and their commentary on Boston sports. So other than that, we're going to head out for the night. Y'all stay safe. And as always, go Celtics. Peace out, everyone.
Peace.
Ends tonight here. It's over. Time to say it again, Boston. Anything's possible. Banner number 18 has been secured. The Celtics are NBA champions.